to achieve your dreams. Your dreams are here to come true, and you are the tool to make this and to make this happen. And this is what I would like to change with you. And thank you so much for this time and for this opportunity.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for sharing wonderful things and whatever you practice actually, and that's really amazing. So please connect with lots of people and create more impact in others' life. And all the best to you. And thank you for sharing wonderful thoughts here. And it's really appreciating. So let's move ahead with another great speaker with us. So I would like to invite Dr. Harvandan Kaur Bedi, ma'am. She is also MD Psychiatry and best-selling author too. So let's welcome her. Welcome, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Howard, and thanks to so many, people around the globe. It's so lovely connecting, and especially I thank you for the topic that you chose because you have to, when you have to give the gist of things, you learn, unlearn, relearn, and then make it concise. And in that process, you realize that so many parts of your, the professionalism of yours, so many theories and all, they get integrated and you see them occurring in real life. Consciously you become aware of each and everything. So, yes, human development is a complex process. Human beings are complex animals. So the process has to be complex. And whenever we have to, go to become the best version, or let's say whenever we have to transform ourselves, it has to be a very structured, way that we do it. And without a structured way, we are not going to be able to achieve anything, period. So this structure is very well brought out in the topic itself. The, discover, develop, dominate. So what do we discover? We discover ourselves. Ourselves. Yes, ourselves. Most of us are not even aware, you know, of our own thoughts, of our own emotions, of our own behavioral patterns. And this lack of awareness is, it's like it stands as a block between you and what you want to achieve, or whatever your passion is, whatever you want to do. And for me, it's like, in, overcoming this mental health crisis and seeing that, as much as people are mentally healthy, that's the passion and mission of my life, along with women empowerment. So now, if we have to be aware of ourselves, then wouldn't we be needing to be aware of our own thoughts and, own emotions, own behaviors, and so many other things, like focusing on our growth of our mind, and uh, embracing our difficult emotions. And it is very difficult in its own. We all have emotions like anger, like shame, guilt, and it's a part of a life. Some may have something more, some may have something less, but then becoming aware means that why we developed this emotion in the first place. So when you know the why, say why are you feeling so angry? What is the trigger in the environment? The whole power being, within, and but still you're triggered from outside. And the external environment somehow has now more importance for us, thanks to the digital media also. But then, like, we can't give excuses, like the previous speaker said, that what you do with the situation that comes to you is in your hand. So, being aware of these whys of the difficult emotions, detaching ourselves from the difficult thoughts, is very important. Like, I'm a failure. Now, if you change it into, I have the thought that I'm a failure. Now, we can do something with this very easily. But if you, imbibe in your persona that I'm a failure, then coming out of it is going to take more time, and this very thought may, give you depression. Now, here, as a psychiatrist, I would like to focus on the fact that people with mental health issues can also go to the level of being masters of themselves. They can master themselves, because during this process in which therapy is done, in which treatment is done, so many things they become aware of, that, we cannot, we should not ever think that the mental illness or mental ill health or mental health issues are the end of anything. So let's start speaking about them also, to become more and more and more aware and become masters of ourselves. And then uh, another is like, if you don't know these things, you get into a loop of behaviors like toxic relationships, maybe self-sabotaging behaviors like all types of addictions, or like the self-limiting belief I said. Now, okay, I or you or anyone wants to do a particular job or is passionate about something, and this passion, is something that is very important to them for the purpose of their life. But still they are not able to. There are so many passionate people, but still
आज educators हैं पूरे world से.
why are they not able to reach to the uh, mm, where they want to reach? And the reason must maybe, if you go into the awareness, the reason may be that they want to be perfect. So perfectionism, now see, so if the perfectionism is leading to procrastination. So now, if this happens and we don't deal with the procrastination, where is the even the doing the first step of your passion going to be? So these are things which, you have to be self-aware of and discover in yourself. And for that, the core values are very important. And we have methods to find them. And our first three core values are of immense importance. After this, we go to the process of developing. Developing what? Developing ourselves. What in ourselves? Our mindsets. The mindsets of being, you know, positive, a growth mindset, and a mindset of abundance. So when you are aware, and then if you don't take action, nothing is going to happen. But when you are aware and you take action, then you can awaken the giant within, and you can maybe aim at the skies. So now after this, we are going to go to the final stage, like before, like uh, in the psychological strengths, if we have to, develop them, we need so much discipline. It's not a easy target. We need discipline, we need persistence, we need consistency, and take the criticisms in a constructive way and set your boundaries. And after you have been able to do this much task, one goes to the level of, um, uh, dominate, domination. Now, who do we dominate? Are we sitting here to dominate others? No. Dominate means that you dominate yourself. You have reached a state of self mastery. So, self mastery is what our ultimate aim is, because it always was, will be, and you know is in the present. It always is the mastery of the self. So once you have to dominate yourself, you have to master yourself. And mastering yourself, it helps by doing the task again and again, practicing it, and being persistent, visualizing the your dreams. And if you can't visualize, as many people can, make a vision board and go through it every day. And to motivate yourself more, you can add use journaling and affirmations. So, like this was very beautiful a learning when I concised it, and in the end, I would say that the most important thing that you learn also in life, we have all been through the unhealthy emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, but we corrected them, and that is why we are here to share stories or to discuss issues. And I truly believe that success in any sphere, the 5 spheres Mr. Bahavar said, success in any sphere, it is it's a journey. So also take rest, also enjoy the path, and also have fun, make friends. And when you want rest, take the rest, don't burn out for heaven's sake, because we've got this wrong idea of success coming like this tangentially. No, it's a slow and steady process, and you learn. And count me not by the number of successes I have. Count me by the number of times I broke down and I bounced back. Nelson Mandela. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing wonderful thoughts once again. And it's really amazing to have you here. So we have, and as you say, you have to enjoy because everyone has lots of work. Everyone is dedicated, upgrading every day. And for upgradation, we must have to work on ourselves and our businesses. So, and of course, need to give special personal time also. And I don't know that, but because that I'm here at Prayagraj today, and while traveling and on tour, still I'm with all of you. I made time, especially before 1 hour. I book one special room for the summit, and I'm here with all of you. So, thank you once again, ma'am, and would like to invite our another great speaker from Greece, and she's another backbone for ABCD International Family regularly since many years. So, let's welcome Miss Rania Lempo, ma'am. She's from Greece. She's also global educator and STEAM expert. So, welcome, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Akasa. I'm very, very honored. I'm very blessed to be here today. I would like to congratulate ABCD, the national family, for this wonderful initiative. And of course, to warmly thank you, Mr. Akas, for this honorable invitation. And I think today it's one of the most powerful concepts that we have ever explored in order to achieve a personal and professional success, because this is the formula of achieving of personal achievement, the 3 Ds of success: discover, develop, and dominate. So whether you think of a student or entrepreneur or professional or someone looking to make a meaningful change in your life, I think this framework, this concept today, our session, offers a pathway to turn your dreams into reality. Mr. Kaz, it's possible to share my presentation. I will stick to the time.
Yes, ma'am, you can share. Yeah.
Okay, is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay, so the first step toward success is discover and uncovering your passion. Means identifying what truly excites you and drives your motivation. So some practical and concrete strategies in order to help us discover our passion is, of course, self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your interests, on values, on what activities make you feel more energized. We can ask ourselves, for example, what do I enjoy doing in my free time? What would I do if money were not a concern? So questions like that. And then we can engage in new activities that could be new projects or to discover new interests, new courses, various hobbies. We should explore diverse fields will help us identify what resonates with us most. Of course, it feedback, ask friends, mentors, colleagues for feedback on our strengths and talents. Others may notice qualities in you that you may have overlooked. And always follow your curiosity. Pay attention to topics that spark a curiosity. When something consistently draws your attention or excites you, it may be a sign of your passion. Assess always your strengths and weaknesses. This means identifying your core strengths using personality tests such as the Myers-Briggs type indicator or strengths index test or self-assessment. So your passion often aligns with your natural abilities. Always reflect on your childhood interests. Think back to your childhood. Remember what activities you love doing. Often passions and interests we had as children are clues to what still resonates with us as adults, but may have been overlooked or forgotten. Engage in volunteer work or internship. Believe me, I'm a volunteer many years now, and I can tell firsthand that this is a very meaningful and fulfilling experience. So volunteering or interning in different industries or fields gives us actually taste of what various careers and activities are like, helping us discover areas that spark interest or passion without committing long term. And it's not accidental that most recent studies say now that volunteerism and service learning help enter smoothly into the labor market. So, volunteers, but at the same time, learn from role models. We can identify with people we admire in different industries or fields. So, research the journeys, learn about what motivates them, reflect on whether similar activities or passions might resonate with us. Sometimes seeing someone else's passion can inspire our own. Exposure to new environments, cultures, and perspectives can inspire you to discover passions that you didn't know you had. And traveling, we know that this opens up often our mind to new possibilities and experiences. Identify flow state. What is flow state? Is pay attention to activities where you lose track of time and when you feel completely absorbed. These moments of flow where you are deeply engaged are often linked to passions. Track when and during what activities this happens to identify where your true interests lie. Participate, of course, in different events, conferences of various subjects, listening to speakers, engage in conversations, and read and research in different topics. Read widely across subjects, including those outside your usual interest. Enroll in online courses or workshops, and mind map. Use a mind map to visually organize your thoughts and interests. Starts with a central topic: what excites me, what do I love doing, and branch out with ideas, activities, or experiences that you enjoyed. Reflect on meaningful conversations. Think about recent conversations or debates that make you feel passionate. This means that by employing a combination of these methods, we actually can uncover hidden passions and interests, helping us find areas of life that truly resonate with who we are and what drives us. The second stage, once we discover a passion, the next step is to cultivate the necessary skills and knowledge to succeed in this field, so develop. Some strategies for development, of course, create a learning path to break down the skills that we need to excel in your passion into smaller, manageable learning goals. So prioritize them and create a timeline to work through each one systematically. Seek guidance from someone experienced in your area of passion. It could be a mentor or coach who can offer advice, who can share their own experiences and help you avoid common pitfalls as you grow. Engage in deliberate practice, means practice consistently with a focus on improvement. Deliberate practice, something that involves setting specific goals, monitoring your progress, and pushing your limits to continuously improve. Build a network. This means surround yourself with like-minded individuals who share your passion. Join communities or forums or groups where you can exchange knowledge and learn from others. Embrace lifelong learning. Stay curious and committed to learning. Attend workshops. Take online courses. Attend summits like the one we're doing here. And turn failure into feedback. Treat failures and setbacks as valuable learning experience. Analyze mistakes, understand what went wrong, and use them as stepping stones towards improvement. So set clear goals. This is very important. Break down your passion into specific measurable goals. If your passion, for example, is photography, a short-term goal could be to master basic camera settings, while a long-term goal might be to build a professional portfolio. Study successful individuals and feel your interest, learn about their journeys, the challenges they face, the skills they develop. So researching best practices and key strategies in your chosen area will provide you with a roadmap to success. The courses get formal education, only courses that I mentioned before. If you're passionate about coding, for example, take programming courses on certain platforms or attend a coding bootcamp. Regular practice also, of course, is crucial to developing any skills or create a daily or weekly routine dedicating to hone your passion. The more time you invest, the faster you will see progress. Get feedback always from expert mentors or peers to help identify for improvement, and apply your skills, very important, in real-world scenarios. Look for ways to apply your skills in practical scenarios, whether through internships or freelancing or volunteering or side projects. Hands-on experience is something that will reinforce what you have learned and teach you how to adapt your skills in various concepts. If you are passionate about entrepreneurship, for example, you can start a small business or work for a startup to gain first-hand experience. Stay always committed to lifelong learning. Skills development is a lifelong process, so stay curious and continuously seek opportunities to learn new things within your area of passion. So this means that we need to stay updated on the latest trends, on advancements and tools in your field. Track our progress and celebrate milestones. This means that we should regularly assess our growth by tracking our progress, celebrate small wins, small milestones, and achievements in order to stay motivated and reinforce your commitment. As I mentioned before, learn from mistakes is very important because failure is a natural part, inevitable part, I could say, of skill development. So instead of getting discouraged, we can view setbacks as learning opportunities. And this entails to be patient. Be patient and persistent. Developing expertise takes time and consistent effort. Don't expect overnight success. Patience is key to mastering your passion, becoming highly skilled in your area. To teach others also what you have learned. One of the best ways to solidify your skills is by teaching them to others. So sharing your knowledge is something that forces you to understand your subject deeply and can help you see gaps in your understanding. Seek out challenges. This means that you can push yourself beyond your comfort zone by taking on challenging projects or problems. So tackling different tasks is something that will accelerate your growth and help you build new skills. And then finally, the third step, dominate. Dominate in your area of passion means to achieve a high level of expertise, of influence, of recognition in a specific field. It involves not just excelling personally, but also standing out among others in your industry or area of interest. Domination suggests that you have gone beyond mastering your passion to become a leader or authority, so setting trends and having a significant impact within the space. So this means of course, this requires set ambitious goals. Define what success looks like for you in your chosen passion. Build your personal brand. Develop a strong personal brand that showcases your expertise. Stay disciplined in your efforts. Try to innovate and stay ahead. Stay on the cutting edge by continually innovating and looking for new ways to improve. Expand your influence, share your success by mentoring others, by collaborating with industry leaders, or creating new opportunities for others in your field. Maintain always a growth mindset. Keep the belief that you can always improve no matter how much success you achieve. And of course, this has to do with mastery skills, with influence and leadership, with recognition and reputation. These are the key aspects of domination. The innovation impact as how to set trends and how we lead movements, the contribution to community. Beyond personal success, domination often includes giving back to the community within your field through mentoring, through standard practice, through creating opportunities for others. And financial success, not always, it's optional, but it's often included. So finally, we unlock more potential. First of all, by measuring how domination is measured by accolades, by peer acknowledgement, what are the impact metrics, the measurable effects of your work, such as innovations or changes in industry standards, or the success of people you have mentored, are ways to measure actually how much you're dominating. the client and customer base, if we talk about an industry, the media and public visibility, the social proof and influence, the number of followers, subscribers, or readers you have, along with how often your work is shared, is referenced as a sign of dominance in modern fields, especially in digital or creative industries. A long-term success, consistently staying at the top of your field, adapting to trends while maintaining your quality influence demonstrates actually your ability to dominate over time. So unlock your potential, developing self-awareness, as previous speakers mentioned, step out of your comfort zone, manage time, which is not easy, maintain always a positive mindset, focus on your good mental health, well-being, be persistent and disciplined, surround yourself with positive influences. And why self-awareness is important? Because it's something that it's actually the first key to unlock ourselves, and this entails how we reflect regularly through journaling, how we can monitor, we can manage our emotions, how we can understand our strengths and weaknesses, how we can pay attention to body language, how we can examine our beliefs and values, so clarify our core values, how we can challenge our biases, our assumptions, how we can analyze our habits and behavior patterns, and practice active listening. Set personal boundaries, also it's very important. And finally, I want to say that by following the 3 Ds of success, discover, develop, and dominate, you can align your work with your passion, continuously grow, and ultimately lead in your field. Discovering your passion sets the foundation, developing your skills ensures growth, and dominating requires commitment, consistency, and leadership. Success is achieved when all these 3 components come together in harmony. So remember also that this journey is ongoing, requiring reflection, honesty, willingness to change. So embrace this willingness to change, unlock your potential in order to lead a fulfilling, authentic, and meaningful life. Thank you very much for your attention. Try to stick to the time because I can speak for hours.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, once again for the wonderful session and sharing. It's really amazing with you always. So today we have many speakers from different countries, and just because of some special requests, because of time concern, we have to take some decisions. Please bear with us, and really sorry for that. So today we'd like to invite once again another speaker with us. She's a precious ma'am from South Africa. So let's welcome her. Welcome, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you so much. Am I audible enough?
Yes, yes. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon from my side. Well, my apologies for just coming in before other speakers. I'm from another province, so I'm traveling back home. I had to train educators on another program, so I'm going back to my place. So my apologies for that. So let me say to the esteemed colleagues and our future trailblazers in our midst, it is an absolute honor to be with you today here to explore the power of unlocking our potential, developing, discovering it, and ultimately dominating in our chosen field. Well, I'm going to base my presentation on my personal journey because I believe it is a testament that the fact that potential is not merely about talent. It is about perseverance, passion, and an unwavering belief in one's abilities. Well, for me, growing up, I never imagined that I could one day be standing or being in a platform whereby right now I am recognized as the coding and robotics and reading for meaning master trainer in my province at the age of 30 as a teacher, which is a journey that seemed a bit impossible. And also being able to engage in national discussions with the national committees of the Department of Basic Education, and also being recognized in international seminars like this one. It is something that seems a bit impossible for a child like me from the rural areas in South Africa, whereby when you are coming from certain areas or settlements, you are deemed to not be able to achieve or attain certain goals, you know. So for me, and also becoming a departmental head, it seemed very impossible, but it became my reality. But none of these achievements came by chance. I mean, they were the results of my deliberate journey of discovery, development, and ultimately domination. While discovering my potential, the first step to unlocking my potential was to first discover, ask myself, what am I truly passionate about? What makes me to come alive? My love for education, technology, and innovation, which pushed me to explore fields that were once male dominated, like coding and robotics. I mean, I recognized that I had a deep desire not to just learn, but also to teach and empower other educators in my sector or the field or the fraternity of teaching. But believe you me, discovery alone is not enough. I mean, many people identify their talents but fail to nurture them. That brings us to also being able, after discovering your potential, how are you going to then develop your potential? Now, I knew that to truly excel, I had to invest in myself individually and personally. I sought to find mentors. I took courses and continuously honed my skills. And I actively took part in activities that I knew that I wanted to develop myself, because being able to grow up personally in a certain dimension takes a lot of time. It is not something that you can just achieve uh, uh, easily. So you need to invest in what you want to become in order for you to live like a king, which is something that we mostly quote, that if you want to live like a king or queen, you must now work like a slave, so that you can be able to understand your journey, because nothing can just come miraculously. So then each and every opportunity that I got stretched me and challenged me, and it strengthened my confidence. Hence, I'm able to go around the province and also my country, South Africa, training educators on other initiatives that are mandated or developed by the Department of Basic Education. Well, growth, I can say that, is not always comfortable. It is necessary. There's no growth in your comfort area. You need to challenge yourself. You need to challenge your status quo. Ask yourself, what is it that I want to do? Because you cannot enjoy to have your life being stagnant. You want to see growth. You want to see yourself attaining some things in life, but know those things that you want to see yourself attaining. Now, despite the doubts and setbacks that I had, I kept pushing forward, which led me to being able to dominate in my space now. When I'm saying I dominate, remember there's whereby we tend to confuse the word dominating and being arrogant. When you dominate, it means that you have mastered and you are excellent in whatever that you're doing. So it is about becoming so good at what you do that you cannot be ignored. I mean, for me to be here today, I feel like it is me being dominant in my space, that, okay, I got this platform, this opportunity to be here, sharing the platform with these prestigious people that I'm sharing this platform with today. I mean, it is an honor. And I'm happy that I'm having people in this summit from my country that perceive me as those who see me as their mentor. And today, when they are seeing me here, they understand that it takes a very long journey, step by step, for one to be where I am today. And you should not undermine those baby steps that you take towards developing yourself. So I went from being a learner to a leader, from questioning to inspiring others. I used to look so down at myself to say, am I going to be able to do this? But now I'm seeing myself being recognized in areas that I never thought I would be recognized, which is something very big. And for me, I'm having people that look at me and say that I want to be like this young girl, because being young and also being so energetic and also be goal driven, it is the key to being able to understand what you want to become and what you want to do. Then I would also say that I received various and multiple awards, both locally and internationally, not because I was lucky, of course, but because I had worked tirelessly to be the best in my field. I was entrusted with leadership roles that once seemed unattainable. I mean, and when an elderly person sees a child my age being able to attain such things, being in a platform like this one, it then sets the record that it is indeed possible for one to get up from their comfort zone and be able to break all the boundaries. It is about not being comfortable in where you're sitting, but also provoke yourself to want to achieve the best. And today I stand with you here, in front of you here, not as someone special, but as proof that everyone can unlock their potential if they are willing to put in the work. Believe you me, if you invest in your journey, you will be able to see the fruits of what you want to do. Because if you invest now in your future, you only start investing now, then you then sit back and relax the benefits of your hard work. Because you cannot start enjoying the benefits of your hard work if you're just sitting and not doing anything. Now, a strategy to unlock your potential, because I know that you'd ask yourself, what is it that I had to do in order for me to be here today? Well, I always say it's the 3D strategy, which is to discover, develop, and also to dominate in your field. In discovering, you need to identify your strength, your passion, like Miss Rania said, your passion and also interest. What excites you? What problem do you want to see yourself solving? Then it's then that from there you need to draw a picture for yourself that this is what I want to do, but how am I going to achieve these things? Then you then move on to the second step of being able to develop yourself. Invest in learning, seek mentorship. No man is an island. You need other people to grow. You need other people to show you the way. Here I am today with you, prestigious people from different countries. Obviously, I am here to learn. In as much as you are going to be learning something from me, but at the same time, I'm going to be taking also a lot more from you. So now, being able to practice on a daily basis what you want to achieve, and also one thing that I want to highlight with the part of developing yourself. Growth requires effort. There is no way you can grow if you don't put in the effort. Then thirdly, in order for you to dominate, become the best at what you do. Remember, step out with confidence and embrace challenges and claim your space in the world. Here I am claiming my space in the world, and I'm so happy to be here. And also, unlocking your potential is not a one-time event. That is one thing that I really need everyone to note. It is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong journey. So you owe it to yourself to discover, to develop, and also to dominate. So I'm going to ask you today, are you ready to unlock your potential? You don't need to answer me, you can answer yourself. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for the wonderful platform. Thank you so much.
For joining with us from South Africa. And in 2025, we all discover our potential, and definitely we will dominate and declare. So thank you so much for wonderful sharing. So today we have one more great speaker with us from USA. So I would like to invite Dr. Betty, ma'am. She's from USA, and she has lots of achievements and many designations. She's from US Army, and it's really honor when we invite Army officers here. So Dr. Bedi ma'am is also uh, from Army, and I personally feel when I connect Army peoples, they have many leadership qualities and they are very disciplined. And then I think myself, oh, I should have discipline in my life, and I try to do that. But many times failure, but I never give up. I try, and always try. And thanks to all army officers to inspire me regularly. And I personally connected lots with lots of army officers from different. Um, so would like to invite you, ma'am. It's really honor and welcome you. And over to you. Sorry.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate your honoring me here to be a part of this platform. Honestly, I would love to meet those officers that you are speaking of, because On November 11th, there is a honorary that I do to all veterans that have served in the military, and it is the Dr. Betty Speaks Veteran Champions Award. So do reach out to me. I'm not hard to find. My email is betty.speaks@gmail.com, and just about everything you see that has this color skin is me. My website was hijacked, so I'm trying to get that back. But definitely, I'm on all the social media platforms. Yes, yes, Bob, it was taken away from me, so I'm having issues with trying to get that back. But needless to say, leadership is definitely a pet peeve of mine, and I have served faithfully for my country in other countries on friendly and unfriendly grounds. So I've seen and been around things that you wouldn't think a pretty little girl should see. But because of my obligations and my duty to my countries and my soldiers, I still had to be that one thing, a good leader. So my subject today is honestly unlocking potentials, discover development, and declare hit leadership. And my acronym that I'm using that hit as an acronym because as leaders, we should definitely have a composure and have the character of honor, instinct, and trust. So these are the keys to being an unstoppable leader, you know? So the power of hit leadership is what I will be speaking with you on today. What if I told you that the key to unlocking your highest leadership potentials comes down to three simple words? Those three simple words: honor, instinct, and trust. These are not just leadership qualities, they are the foundation of success, the pillars of resilience, and the blueprint for unlocking untapped potentials in yourself and in others. You see, great leaders don't wait for success, they discover, develop, and declare their leadership by embracing these three forces. So today I challenge you to unlock your full leadership potential by mastering HIT. So let's discover your potential, your leadership style through honor, and develop your decision making through instinct, and declare your influences by trusting and building trust. So let's just dive into this and see how these three elements create leaders who don't just lead, but transform those that are around them. H, discovering leadership through honor. So I have a quote that was written by H.L. Mencken, who was a phenomenal leader. And that quote is: honor is simply the the morality of superior men. That's what honor is. You see, honor is the cornerstone of true leadership. It defines just how you carry yourself, how you treat others, and how you stand firm in your values. When you lead with honor, you actually lead with purpose, and each and every one have a purpose in our life. So discover. Honor starts with self-respect and discipline. Before you can lead others, you must first discover what you stand for. You have to ask yourself, what are my core values as a leader? Am I making decisions based on integrity or confidence? Do I treat people with respect I expect in return? Those are questions that you should ask yourself, especially, do I treat people with respect and I expect in return? Because you have to respect others with the same respect you want to get from them. So develop. Once you understand the role of honor in leadership, it's time to develop it into a daily practice. That's right. You have to do these things daily. So it's not like you have problems with them. It takes daily practice to incorporate these things. And then lead by example. So many of our former leaders always said, lead by example. It's even written in our basic information before leaving Earth. I don't know what your beliefs are, but even there you will find it was said, lead by example. What you speak louder than you would say. Honestly, you have to hold yourself accountable. Your reputation is built on consistency, not let me do it good this time and then I'll do bad the next time and then I'll do good. So make decisions with integrity, even when no one is watching you. Isn't it funny how you know that eyes are always on you, even though you don't see them? So make decisions with integrity, even when no one is watching you. And then declare. Honor becomes so powerful when it's declared in action. Leadership is not about what you say, it's about how you live. Declare your honor through bold, ethical leadership that inspires others to do the same. And I love that. I love that I get to do that. You know, so many women join the military based on how women behave in the military. A lot of people think that women in the military, that's a man's place of duty, but we were needed. There were places that I was needed in the military. I've seen men that couldn't do things that I could do, and then I was able to train them. So you have to, here's another example about during my military service, I led soldiers from diverse backgrounds facing extreme challenges. When we encountered a life-threatening crisis, our survival depended on honor and unity. We had to honor our commitment to each other, to our mission, to our country, to others' countries, and to value the values we swore upon. You know, each of us had to raise our right hand and swear upon the things that we committed to and then honor those things. So honor built trust, trust created strength, and strength led to victory. That's just what we have to do in life. We have to build trust, create trust, and then allow that trust to create strength, which would definitely lead to victory. That was a military example of mine, but what about your relationships? What about the communities that you are in? What about this initiative that we have embarked upon today? So then developing leadership through instinct. Here's another quote by Oprah Winfrey. You know, she said, trust your instinct. Intuition doesn't lie. It does not lie. Your intuition does not lie. I tell you, sometimes, you know, if you're looking at your left and your right hand, and then if the light is red, and here in the United States, I'll say that if the light is green, then all of a sudden it turns yellow. You're like, should I make that? Should I take it or should I not? And you see that there's traffic on either side of you that's waiting for their turn to go. And then you risk the chance as opposed to taking the yellow light, slowing down, being cautious, and not going past that yellow. You're not trusting your instinct. And then all of a sudden you say, let me go ahead and go through that light, and then there's a crash. I tell you, you have to trust your instinct when something is giving you a warning sign. Believe it. So leadership is not just about following rules. It's about making the right call when the rules don't apply. There were instincts. That's where instincts actually takes place. It's when you are knowing that the right call is being taken, even if a rule is not there. We know that the yellow light is a caution light, that it's the red light or it's getting ready to come about. But you're going to take the yellow light anyway and not even be cautious enough that the red light is going to turn red immediately. So discover instinct is the inner compass, but use it effectively. You must first discover how to listen to it. Ask yourself these questions. When have I felt a strong gut feeling that led to the right decision? When have you felt that strong gut feeling? Our gut usually tells us if something is wrong or right. Do I hesitate too much, or do I trust my instinct in leadership? How can I refine my ability to make a quick, decisive choice? That's what leaders do, a good leader. So to develop strong leadership instincts, learn from experiences, and reflection sharpens your intuition. So surround yourself with wisdom. Mentors help shape great leaders. You have to surround yourself with those that you know are great leaders. And then trust your training, your preparations, because preparation definitely fuels confidence and decisions. Don't go above those things that you have definitely inherit in your lifestyle. You know, you have to trust your gut feeling, is what I want you to know there. And then declare instinct is only useful when you put it into action. One of my favorite words is being an actioncutionist. Don't just think things or say things and implement things without even taking actions on them. Declare your leadership by making decisive and bold moves when needed. People follow leaders who know when to act and don't second guess themselves. That's what that's what a good leader is. Soldiers would definitely follow you. People will follow you in your community. People will follow you with your initiatives. An example is a high stress military mission when faced in a moment where hesitation could have cost lives. There was no time for overthinking. Instinct had to take over because my instincts were developed through training and experience. I was able to act quickly, and that decision ensured our safety. I have to tell you that I have been on terrorist attacks. I've been in the middle of terrorist attacks and hostile situations. So as a leader, you have to be clear, think with clarity, and have an amazing instinct. And you must be willing to trust yourself because the most critical moments, hesitation that you have can be the biggest enemy against you, your biggest enemy. So then there's T, declaring leadership through trust. So we've gone through this alphabet here. So let me tell you, the quote that I have for you on trust is the best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. That's the only way you could find that out. And I learned that through Ernest Hemingway. You see, trust is the glue that holds teams together, holds families together, holds relationships together. Without it, communication breaks down. Moral weakens and leaders lose their influence. You have to have trust, and you have to begin with trusting yourself. So discover, before expecting trust from others, discover how to build it in yourself. Do I keep my word and follow through on promises? You have to ask yourself that. Am I transparent with my team? You have to ask yourself that. Do people feel safe and valued under my leadership? You have to ask yourself that too. So develop. Trust doesn't happen overnight. It must be developed through action. Be reliable, knowing that consistency builds confidence. It is a pet peeve of mine if a person is not consistent with their actions. You know, you can't go to war with someone that will not have your back, or if they won't have your front. They have to have your six, is what I always say. They have, the six goes up and down. So they have to be able to be consistent with having you covered from the front and the rear. And then there's communication openly. You have to have honest strength with trust. And then there's empowering others. Leaders who trust their team inspires nothing but greatness. And I say team now But it's this leadership is also in your families, in your relationships, whomever you are in community with. So then there's declare. Each trust is developed. It must be declared through leadership that fosters unity. Unity is another one of my favorite declarations. Declare your trust by giving responsibilities, recognizing strength, and leading with authenticity. So, an example would be in the military, trust isn't given, it's earned. Soldiers don't just follow rank, they follow leaders they trust. If you want to command respect in any field, whether in business, family, or personal growth, you must declare your leadership through unwavering trust. You all have heard that before. So, in closing, I would like to unlock leadership through HIT: honor, instinct, and trust. These are not just leadership principles, they are the keys to unlocking full potential. Discover who you are as a leader through honor. Then develop your ability to lead through instinct. Lastly, declare your influence through trust. When you master HIT leadership, you unlock the power to lead with confidence, inspire with integrity, and transform the world around you. So, my call to action to you today is to start today by asking yourself, how am I leading with honor? Am I trusting my instincts? Am I building trust in my relationships? HIT leadership isn't about perfection, it's about intention. So step up, take charge, and lead with confidence. That's my time, and I appreciate your listening. Did I
It's
lose
really
you?
amazing to have you, and thank you for sharing wonderful thoughts. Sorry. Okay. Thank you once again. And I would like to invite one more great speaker from USA again. So we have Dr. Bob, sir, and he's a personal transformation expert. So from expert, we will learn many things. So welcome, sir, on this wonderful platform, and over to you.
Thank you. And by the way, Dr. Betty, before you decide to take off and everything, uh, fellow military, actually, I served in the Marine Corps from 68 to 76. So long time ago with First Force Recon. So
Hoorah!
it's hoorah. Got it. Thank you. And by the way, my father was career Army. So yeah, long time ago, back in a different world. I'm kind of aging myself here at 73 years old. Went in the Marines at
Definitely,
17.
definitely email me pictures of you both and what branch of service you were in. I would love to honor you.
Thank you. So I've been through a lot of different things within my life and a lot of different challenges and had a like what was my potential? And I discovered that it was in different stages in terms of my own life. And as I mentioned, I served 8 years in the Marines and having to go in and reach the higher uh, echelons in terms of gaining combat experience and the kind of trainings. And I agree with Dr. Betty that training is essential. Going into a mission, not having the right training was tantamount to a mission not being accomplished. And I can tell you some of these uh, missions going in, especially uh, as a young man going into these hot zones, but having to go where nobody saw me. So it was like, other than there was another story which we did get targeted at one time, which and it wasn't from Viet Cong, it wasn't from the North Vietnamese Army. We got tracked, which we weren't trained for. We weren't trained by this special tracker that tracked us, And there was another team that went out. Also with First Force Recon was another team, and their leader was actually killed. So you can't train for every single potential. This happened to be a tiger that was stalking the teams at that time, and we didn't realize that there was tigers. Um, well, we did, but not out at where we were, and in terms of going out into the bush and everything. But going back to my own journey and some of the things I discovered, because I do a lot of reading. I have over 13,000 physical books, and I read a lot, and I study a lot, and I try to experience all different aspects of life, from my martial arts to building businesses. I had a successful business back in the 90s. It was an advertising and marketing firm, built that to 50 employees and 3 offices and everything before I exited. Decided the whole lifelong learning thing is part of who I am. I continue to learn in every step. Decided to go back to school, get my master's in psychology, then eventually my first PhD in clinical psychology, my second one in neuropsych, and did a postdoc in neuroscience. And that was back in the early 2000s, so doing at an older age. And so through my learnings, I decided to go back to the past and decided to go back to um, Ranya's part of the world in the ancient times, in ancient Greece, because there's a lot of wisdom that came out during that period of time. Uh, so I know everybody here has heard of Aristotle, and Aristotle produced a lot of wisdom. He was um, he was actually Plato's best student, but because so when Plato died, Aristotle was so good, everything was easy that he wasn't able to take over Plato's school because all the other students of Plato decided that they didn't want him there because he was way better than them. So he ended up leaving and starting his own school, the Lyceum Academy, which I recently brought back as a modern version. So I'm starting that up as a modern Lyceum Academy. But Aristotle, he had this philosophy of eudaimonia, and that's flourishing, human flourishing. And what I've seen in the world and all the challenges from the pandemic to politics and what's happened like with social media and all this kind of stuff, I see a lack of human flourishing in this world. People are chasing this and that, and and when they start chasing these external things, they lack uh, being able to develop their own potential because it's chasing the external stuff. And Aristotle recognized this. So in terms of being able to develop your own flourishing, it's important, and others have said this, to get to know thyself. And that's what Socrates started with. Know who you are. Know who you are inside and out. And especially I saw that was the doctor, the psychiatrist, she put down, and I saw emotional intelligence. So get to know your emotions as well. And in terms of reaching eudaimonia, you have to, number one, cultivate what's called a virtue. So when I think about the process of cultivating virtues, and I'm going to get more into that a little bit later. And virtue is something that's been talked about not only by Aristotle, because that's one of his foundations, is the importance. And it's been talked about even in different religions. They talk about the process of having virtue. And this is something I see in today's world that people really don't talk about, having the virtue. Having balance is very important as well. And I believe it was Akash. He talked about balance when he started talking about this whole presentation in terms of of reaching one's potential. Balance is very important. And then the other aspect is wisdom. Again, as I started studying the world and everything that's been happening, and as Dr. Betty talked about leadership, there's been a lack of wisdom in this world. We have people that we elevate to become leaders, but I see them with the lack of wisdom in terms of making their decisions and everything, because they're having to make decisions for multiple peoples, but they're doing it for themselves. I don't call that true leadership at all. So, yeah, thanks, Dr. Betty. So, eudaimonia should be the ultimate goal. And it's important through, like, how did Aristotle do it? Aristotle did it through reason is a big part of that, okay? And and virtue. So reason and virtue will lead you to a flourishing life, not an external happiness, not chasing all these different things. I see a lot of young men, in particular here in the United States, and and they have lost their way. Now, women, because I've mentored a lot of young women, and they're doing amazingly well. I have a young girl who's was recognized by the Los Angeles Business Journal as one of the top women leaders in her field at the age of 31, and she just started her company less than a year ago, and now she's already risen to that level. But I'm seeing a lot of young men uh, lost. They're lost, and they're just not flourishing in their life. And because they are looking at chasing things, they want to get a Lamborghini, and they said like the minimum amount of money that they're going to need to even live. And it was a number that came out recently was like $685,000 a year. Nobody starts off at $685,000 a year, not anywhere. So they had this ridiculous thing about what they consider flourishing or what they consider happiness. So eudaimonia again is the number one thing, and I'm going to give this one tip for you, an actionable tip regarding eudaimonia. Look at your purpose. Again, these young guys are lacking purpose. A lot of people are lacking purpose. So find what is it that drives you? What is it that resonates with you? Discover that. Once you discover that, write it down. Because we think we're going to remember something, but until we write it down, we're going to forget. So write it down all the time. And then focus on that purpose. The next thing is habits. And it was Aristotle that said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Everything that we do, including like me talking right now, everything, and neuroscience has shown that we are a series of habits because our brain gets wired towards, like, every action we step, our brain gets wired towards that. And every prediction or everything that we even like what I'm saying is based on habits, based on even like my past experiences. In neuroscience, there's a thing called predictive coding or predictive processing. So we predict what we're going to be doing next based on past experiences. So when we have excellent habits, and we need to look at our habits, are they excellent or are they not excellent? So we look at our habits, and then what you want to do is pick one habit, one daily habit, and just focus on that and make it an excellent habit, not the bad habits. What you want to do is weaken the bad habits and then strengthen the excellent habits. And then the golden mean. So when I mentioned about virtue, and Aristotle didn't call it the golden mean, that's actually was done much, much, much later. Basically, what the golden mean is is you look at the things that you do. So if you look at something like confidence, so confidence, true confidence, is the golden mean uh, between like being absolute like weak, not like okay, and I don't know if I can do this, or the opposite side is arrogance. You confidence is right there, and you need to find your own golden mean because it's going to be different for everybody. And every single virtue is the golden mean, as Aristotle would describe. So you want to look at both extremes on either side in terms of what you do, whether it's like golden mean, courage is a golden mean between absolute like weakness or 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 craziness, just jumping in and doing something that's absolute stupid, because I've seen a lot of that. And I've seen it like in parkour. By the way, I've been doing parkour for almost 19 years. If anybody doesn't know what parkour is, you may have watched kids going over obstacles and everything like that. So I'm a 70-something-year-old guy doing that kind of stuff, but I didn't do it right away. I had to develop step by step. And I know people call me crazy doing that kind of stuff, but I did the same kind of stuff when I was in the Marines. So what I want people to really get out of this is that if you're going to reach your highest potential, and others have said the similar things, I've been a lifelong learner. Others have said it's important to be a lifelong learner, because if you're not continuing learning, and I don't care where you're at in life, you could be you could be a 15 years old. You could be like me in the 70s. I know people even in their 80s. I uh, talked to a gentleman who I saw on a news program a few years back that he became a lifelong learner. He got his PhD in physics at the age of 89. And there was another lady who graduated from Stanford with her master's degree, I believe in literature, recently last year at the age of 105. So you continue that throughout your life. And uh, also, I want to make sure that you guys find that balance. So be a lifelong learner, look at the kind of habits that you have, and find that balance in your life. And you guys will continue to grow, continue at different stages of your life, reach your potential, especially at that stage. Each one will build up on the other throughout your whole life. And this wonderful thing as we take this continued journey at and even me being in my 70s now. I turned 73 last year, so thank you for having me here, and you guys are amazing, and I'm going to be learning from each one of you as well. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, sir. Dr. Bob, sir, it's really amazing to listen to you, and thank you for sharing wonderful things. Yes, of course, everyone should have purpose. With purpose, the person, uh, whoever person is there, that will be powerful. So, if we have to live life fully, then we should have a purpose. I believe personally, because with purpose, anyone can do anything, and that's the amazing thing you share. So thank you so much once again. And yes, of course, we have lots of speakers, great speakers from different countries, and regularly we will conduct this type of summits. And with every summit, we will upgrade definitely, and you will see that actually I am not talking, but everyone will see how we are changing the things. So I would like to request all to be support with. Support us, support ABCD International family regularly, and whenever you have any suggestions, any ideas, you can of course share with us. share with me personally, because in this platform or in our all three organizations, we have culture. We always welcome ideas, suggestions from everyone, and we work on that. So it will be amazing for us if you share any ideas or suggestions. So thank you once again, all great speakers. Would like to invite one more speaker with us. So the Muhammad Ali sir with us. He's very much active in WhatsApp group. Actually, he inspire others, and so that's really appreciates, sir. So welcome on this wonderful platform, and over to you. Yeah, Mohammed sir, over to you.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You can start. Yeah. Hello.
My voice is coming.
Yes, yes, yes. Perfectly fine.
Okay. So, hello, everyone. My name is Mohammad Ali, and I am from Pakistan. So, today I am honored to be here as a speaker. So, discover, develop, and dominate. This event is all about realizing our strength, developing our skills, and taking action to achieve success, and connecting with experts and international speakers. Let me ask you, how many of you feel you have a great potential but don't know how to use it? Many of us have big dreams, but self-doubt and fear hold us back. The difference between success and failure is taking action. Every leader, entrepreneur, and successful person you see today started with doubts, but they keep moving forward. As me from Pakistan, I am Deputy Secretary of Entrepreneurship in St. Shadow Cabinet Youth Parliament. So, according to me, what I want to share with you all, as John Maxwell said, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. These are the three main goals. Leader is not about titles. It's about taking responsibility, creating impact, and helping others grow. My journey has been entrepreneurship, mentorship, and youth empowerment. I have worked on startups, mentors program, and initiative to help youth people grow. But how you peoples or youngsters discover your own potential? Here is some secrets of success for you, which I align according to my experience and my knowledge. Number one is step out of your comfort zone. Growth happens when you challenge yourself. Many of the youngsters are not working hard, challenging yourself, and they think that their zones are very comfortable and they are soon achieve their success. So that's not the way to achieve your success. You have to challenge yourself. Second, most point is surround yourself with right people. A strong network and mentorship can accelerate your success. Many of know famous quote, your network is your net worth. Why it is very famous? Because when you surround with your aligned job or aligned field, you will have a successful path. Third most important point is be a problem solver. According to me, as an entrepreneur in my journey, as I say, uh, that many of the startups which are problem solver will be a great plan. So don't wait for opportunities, create them. To dominate in your field, you must innovate, think differently, stay constant. The world remember those who take bold steps, not those who played it safe. My challenge to you today, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, take action, and unlock your true potential. So, thank you everyone to listen, and it's been an honor to speak with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Muhammad Ali, sir, for sharing your thoughts. Okay, so would like to invite one more great speaker with us. So actually, I publicly want to say sorry for to her because I miss her name in typing, and my team also sometimes use my WhatsApp, and they are also copy and paste the whole message and miss her name once again. And I'm really sorry, Anjum ma'am, by missing that. But it's you are always with us as from many years, and it's really honor to have you here because people like you, Dr. Bob sir, Dr. Betty ma'am, Dr. Betty ma'am, they always contribute and they always motivate. Personally me and me also to the lots of people. So would like to invite Dr. Anjum Qureshi ma'am. She's a professor at engineering college, and she's a great educator and always inspired people. So welcome ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you so much, and greetings to everyone. Yes, of course, as Mr. Akash Bhavat has already introduced me, I am Dr. Anjum Qureshi from India, professor at the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. And yes, of course, I am an international trainer and a global speaker. Like Bhavat did, is that like yes, sometimes that happens, like, but this is where many people fail to like recognize, okay, this is something which went wrong from my side, and this is what's something really what I noticed what Akash Baba did just now, that admitting, okay, this happened, it doesn't matter, so it happens, but yes, many people actually fail to admit it, that okay, this is the mistake that I have done, and this is the very first thing where we need to realize our mistake sometimes. Okay, this happened. Okay, sorry, apologizing. Well, it was not needed, but somewhere I'm not feeling good about it. But still, This is the very first quality. And in fact, if I talk about you, the leadership quality, this is the first thing of a leadership quality where you can acknowledge and you can appreciate others. That is very, very important. And when you learn that, that is actually very, very much required for success. When we are talking about, like what is success and how to achieve success, I would just like to share some of the points which was published as an article written by me. So the first thing which I think is, before we do anything in this world, we need to be a good human being. Just respect each and everyone around you. It doesn't matter like whether that person is a man or a woman. It doesn't matter what gender, race, nationalism, caste, nothing matters. You just need to learn to respect each and everyone near you. Be polite with them. Talk to everyone politely. Treat everyone with respect. And that is the very first thing that you need to do. Once you need to learn to be calm and behave well with others, obviously half of the success is being achieved. Because success is not like you have many degrees, certificates, awards, and so many designations and posts and all. But it is something where I feel that then your presence into a room, a hall, or whatever they say, your presence brings smile on the face of the people. That is to be there. Well, people respect you for the position that you may be having. Okay, is the principal or is the owner or is the manager? Yes, of course. But that respect that the people give you, that is for a very limited time. If you want that, the people will respect you, will remember you for their lifetime. It is very, very important that you try to be a good human being. Decision making. This is where sometimes we feel. Sometimes it may happen due to ignorance also. But yes, we need to understand what is right for us and what is wrong for us. And then time for the students when it came out, okay, ma'am, okay, you are telling so much about decision making, but can you tell something in short? Well, I tell them, see, when you're confused, like what is right, what is wrong, so just think, is whatever I'm going to do now, is it something which you can, discuss openly with everyone? If the answer is yes for you, yes, that is right. And sometimes if you think that no, I can't disclose this to anyone, that is wrong. Well, I'm not talking about the confidential matters at our workplaces, but I'm talking about personal life. Like for example, if a student he has got some 90% marks, I can say, okay, I got 90% marks. I finished the certificate course. I did this. But if he has some bad habit like smoking, obviously he's not going to declare it in public. So this is the second thing that we need to follow. And the third is you have to choose very wisely whom you are living with. I think I must have heard a story like once a calf was just left with the horses, and after a few days, he learned to jump and run like a horse. So yes, the people whom we live with, the kind of the like-minded people sometimes we say, the kind of people think, the people, the way the people act around us, the way the people behave around us, it all matters how our mindset keeps on changing, how our perspective keeps on changing. Yes, we have our own decision powers, but yes, sometimes the people around us, that matters a lot. So if sometimes you feel that okay, this is a person who always talks very negative, or something, just listening to that person may demotivate you or depress you. So keep distance from such people. Try to be in the company of some very motivated people, with those who always think of growing and have keep with those people. The fourth thing is setting goals, because you should know where you have to reach. Because if you don't know what you have to do, where you have to reach, you will feel someone just like you're swimming in a pool and you don't know where you have to reach. So yes, set your goals, but make it specific, like we call smart goals. Yes, it should be specific, it should be achievable, it should be measurable. So this is what you should be thinking. Just set your goals, because once you set your goals, you know what you have to do. You plan accordingly. You plan not only your schedule, but you plan all your activities according to it because you know what you have to achieve. Like, for example, if I'm thirsty, I know I need to drink water. If I am hungry, I know I have to eat something. So, once, similarly in life, because yes, whenever you go outside, you just don't step out of the house. Just, I have to go somewhere. Just don't step out of the house. You just don't board a bus, or you just don't go inside a train. And okay, let the train go anywhere, and I'm going there. No, we never do it. Similarly, in life, we need to set a goal. We need to know that, yes, of course, if we talk about goal setting, it is another topic like short term goals, long term goals. As a student, you will be having some other goal. As a professional, you will be having some other goal. As parents, you will be having some other kind of goals. And yes, of course, but yes, whether it is your personal life, whether it is your professional life, have some goal in your life because you should be knowing what has to be done by you. According to that, you need to plan. The fifth is that is the most important. If you want to be successful, you should learn to sacrifice. If you are not ready to sacrifice, you cannot achieve anything. Yes, of course, for sacrificing, you have to somewhere sacrifice your hunger, your thirst, your pleasure time, your desires. Yes, there is a lot of sacrifice that you have to make. If you don't sacrifice, you cannot be achieving anything in life. And just post all the people who say like, I'm a successful person now. So if you listen to them, everyone is saying, okay, I worked some 10 hours, I worked 14 hours, I worked 20 hours, I worked 3 hours to read the school. So there are different kind of examples. So if we don't learn to sacrifice our desires, especially, we can't do anything. And what is not important for you. You should be able to decide what is more important and what you have to achieve, and you have to learn to act accordingly to that. And yes, to be successful, like, okay, these are something, five things that I feel that we should be following to be successful. But yes, you may be having different plans, you may be having different perspectives, but whatever you think of and how, whatever may be your definition for success, whatever may be your, the kind of steps you must be following to be successful in life. One thing that is very, very certain is if you want to be successful, you have to be consistent. Like if someone wants to, a gold medalist in Olympics, he has to be consistently practicing it. So yes, 5% of hard work is there, and other 95% it depends on your consistency. You have to be consistent, and that is what sometimes is there. Success should be continuous, and of course, we have to be very, very consistent in whatever you do. And if you follow this, the simple steps, so obviously you will be achieving whatever you want in life. So this is all what I had to say, and thank you very much, Mr. Akash Babar, for this wonderful opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing wonderful things with us, and it's really honor to have you here. So we have one more speaker with us from Nigeria. So let's welcome him. Uh, Professor Joshua sir is with us. He's also with ABCD International Family and Bapper International Publication since a long time. So would like to invite Joshua sir and welcome sir, and over to you. I think there is a network issue at his end. Okay. I hope all speakers share their thoughts, and anyone wants to share anything about unlocking potential team, or want to share anything related to summits and initiatives, please proceed. But make it short in 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start here. And I would like to
Yes.
hear a lot of the other speakers that previously spoke and get a lot at least their conclusive insights, because I think that's very important, because they're amazing people,
Yes.
especially like the three women that I see here as well, because I see
Yes.
the future of leadership and also leading with empathy is going to be very important as well. And I talked about Aristotle, and he talked about another aspect is called um, so we think about wisdom, but he talked about what's called practical wisdom. Practical wisdom is the mean between the intellectual wisdom and empathy, and and I think a lot of people will like mess up on the side of one or the other, but to have that practical aspect. And I've seen this. I've seen with every one of these speakers here, as well as you, Akash, having practical wisdom. So I think if we utilize wisdom in terms of that way, we'll be able to move forward even a lot better.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes. Anyone wants to share anything?
Yes, I would like to thank you, Mr.
Yes.
Howard, and I would like to thank everyone here. Gratitude from the core of my heart. When you try and see any issue from your perspective, it's a perspective, and when you get
Yes.
so many people's perspective, I mean, of course, the range of and depth of your knowledge increases, and that's the value of the summits. You get to know people, and you get to know, the thought processes of those people, because everyone is unique. So, everyone, I think, all of us have learned so much from each other that whatever we knew, we have. Even this skill, I think, we have risen in this summit, and what else could be more better than that?
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. And I personally feel when I connect lots of great personalities, and it's I think it's a God's blessing on me because I when I connect people, uh, they connect with me. I think I'm not very much connected with Dr. Betty ma'am and Dr. Bob sir. Frequently, I have just 2 3 messages we have, but still they are with me, and I really honor and I feel blessed because in just 2 3 messages they agree and they are here. It's a great honor, and it's their leadership, their empathy, they want to inspire, and that thing I really I feel, and that's why today I am at Prayagraj, and I literally want to share that from yesterday I was traveling. It's on time plan with my 2 3 friends, and I don't have any mobile charge till 5 p.m. I came here at one hotel. I request them to give me a room, and, because I share all the things. I have summit and book launch at 8 p.m. So in 10 minutes we have virtual book launch. 3 book launches are there, and they accept my request and they give special room to me, and now the session is it's because I personally motivated from people like you. It's really honor, and I think we have one more speaker with us, and just he joined, so would like to invite him. So I would like to invite George sir. uh, it's from Peru, and it's really honor to have people from different countries. So let's welcome him. Welcome, sir, and over to you.
The author points out that controlling the population size system.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, ABCD doctor.
You are audible, sir. You can continue.
Good morning.
Hello, sir. You can continue. You are audible. Yeah.
He's frozen.
No,
I think there is
Jorge?
a network issue.
Looks
Good
like
morning, good
he
evening. Good morning, good evening from here. Morning.
Joshua, sir. Great morning.
Yes, nice connection.
Okay. Please proceed. Anyone has a network? Please proceed.
Are you talking to me?
You can, sir.
All right. Nice connection with everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So this distinguished guests, eminent leaders across the globe. So delighted to have you all here. Oh, let me show my view. I'm sure you can all hear me clearly.
Yes. You can continue.
Okay. All right. At this point, it's a great delight to have everyone. We are so delighted to be at this ABCD International Family Conference, a webinar on unlocking your potential. Okay. All right. So at this point, I want everyone to understand that unlocking potential is something that has been inside of everyone. There's a saying that there's nothing called progress except the taking of a step forward. And before things can be done, we have to fine tune the angel in us, within us, and for us. So we need to let it show forth in us. Am I communicating? So, an army of sheep led by a lion cannot defeat an army of lion led by a sheep. Yes. An army of lions led by a sheep cannot defeat an army of sheep led by a lion. So, basically looking at that, it's telling us that the persons in which we look up to, follow up, and we incline ourselves with determines where we are going to. So that's why at this point, unlocking potential is something that has been inside of us. And when we're talking about potential is this aspect of the inborn ability, that is identifying and releasing the
Yeah, I think there is network issue. Okay. So we have more 5 to 6 minutes. So George sir would like to start.
Good morning, Mr. Doctor. I can start?
Yes, sir. It's welcome on this wonderful platform and over to you. Yeah, please.
Okay, thanks. Very honored and grateful to ABCD International Family and the Dr. Kang Badat. In this opportunity, we talk about the seeing the potential, discovery, develop, and create. The journey towards personal fulfillment is a complex and fascinating process, a path of self-discovery that leads us to unleash to talent potential. This potential and often marked inner force, represents the innate capacity the each individual to achieve his or his goal, overcome his their own limitations, and live a full and meaningful life. Unlocking it involves a iterative process, discovering it, develop, and declaring it to the world. Discovering potential about you can I can the first crucial step is to identify what we are truly passionate about, what our strengths and weaknesses are, and what can life we want to build. This requires deep introspection and honest look inward to unwary and high talents. Silences inspirations, and fears that limited us, questions us, what makes me feel alive? What I am really good at? What are my deepest values? Why wires us in this process in self and knowledge, often our potential is his behind lawyers of limiting bubbles, negative experience, and external expectations. To encourage it, we must learn to silence to outside noise and listen to voice to our hearts. Meditation, journaling, and seeking honest feedback from trusted people can be valuable tools in this process. About the developed potential, I can say once we have identified our potential, the next step is to cultivate and strengthen it. This involves the skills, acquiring knowledge, our constantly working to improve our capabilities. Develop is not a passive process. It requires effort, dedication, and perseverance. It's important to set realistic and achieving goals, break them down into smaller steps, and celebrate each achievement, no matter how small. Continuing education, seeking new experience, and collaborating with other individuals can be essential tools for the process. In addition, in this crucial to develop a growth means self, believing in our ability to constantly learn and improve. Failure inevitable in this path should be seen as an opportunity to learn and grow, not as an insurmountable obstacle. Uh, Finally, about the declaring potential, I can say the last and perhaps most important steps is to share our potential with the world. This involves acting, courage, talking, calculated risks, and expressing our authenticity, declaring our potential. It's not just about achieving material successful, but
किचन का वो
about
कर दरवाजा पे
living a life
अभी तो मम्मी
aligning with
पता नहीं किधर
our
लेके होगा
values
सुनना पड़ेगा
and purpose. It can manifest itself in a variety of ways, from starting your own business to contributing to a social cause to simple expressing yourself creatively, drawing, art, or reading or writing. It is crucial to overcome to fear or fight for external judgment. Remember that our instinctive values does not depend on the approval of others. Authenticity, self-confidence, and resilience are essential qualities for declaring our potential of the world. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful sharing. And it's really amazing session with all of you, different speakers from different countries, and it's really amazing thing. And until the year end, we will do it with different themes and different speakers again and again. So thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Bedi ma'am, Anju ma'am, George sir, Joshua sir, Dr. Bob sir, Dr. Betty ma'am, Mohammed sir, and Rania ma'am. It's really amazing to have you all. And thank you once again. It's Akash Babad at this end. And looking forward for another summit where we will meet again and inspire others. Thank you. So we have book launch summit here. So you all can continue with our summit, our book launch actually. Thank you. Just give me 1 minute.